Hi friends, my name is Calvin. I'm an alcoholic. I had a good day today. If you don't know, I'm a teacher, deputy principal of a high school, and we're busy with exams. So most teachers wait for exams because there's no teaching, there's no problems with the kids. They write and they leave it up what's given. So everybody's just happy at school. I teach in a school called Fairvale Secondary in Wentworth. And, contrary to popular opinion, the school is not what you would think is not ladies running around with knives and people shooting each other in the area. Although we have gone through a bad period of violence, because we could hear gunshots from our school. I was actually showing Shay and him the videos and pictures of the guys that were killed during that period. And some of them were my school pupils. So the school itself, there's about 5% of our learners that are problematic, as in any school. They're bunking classes, they're smoking all in the back, they're smoking cigarettes. So half of my teaching career was drinking, and the other half I've been sober. And once I sobered up, my life took off. It didn't just, they say sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. It will materialize if you work for it. So being sober and attending AA meetings doesn't mean going to the meeting and sitting in your ass and listening. Although in the beginning you will be doing that, because you will try to soak in the whole idea of what AA is. You'll try to understand certain concepts. You'll try to have a vision of yourself. And what picture do you have of yourself as a sober person? Where do you see yourself in? We don't look too far ahead. Neither do we dwell in the past. But we have to have these thoughts. I'm sure all of you think about the future. And I know when I sobered up, I was in big shit with the wife. The kids didn't respect me. The friends looked down on me. At school, my colleagues all had this low opinion of me. I had this ego collapse where my back was to the wall. I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't know where to go. And the day that I sobered up, I bunked school for 2 weeks. And I went back to school with this whole idea. I had 300 rand in my pocket. I had this whole idea. I'm just trying to say hello to the principal, tell him I'm still alive. My marking was all done. It was the end of the year. And I was going to go and blow that 300 rand on more dope. But my neighbor, a friend of mine, he was an ex-AA member. He walked into my class. Now, when I was just sitting, us alcoholics, we like sitting and thinking. That's what I like to do, when I was alone. If I'm drunk, I'm thinking about how I'm going to get back at all these people that are talking shit about me. I'm picturing myself on a yacht, being served by all these beautiful women. This is how I'm seeing myself. I had all these crazy pictures and images of myself, and I never ever thought that there was no way out, because you're running around this merry-go-round. For years and years, you're running around this merry-go-round. Get to the end of the year, you have this New Year's resolution. I'm not going to drink again. Get to this day when you went on a hell of a binge and you're feeling sorry for yourself because you created havoc the night before. You did things with the wife and the children, and you're saying to yourself, I have to stop. And the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I'm going to drink tomorrow, but I'll only have wine. I'll stop next week, I'll only have beers. I won't touch hot stuff. We tried every trick under the sun to become social drinkers and to be accepted back into society and to be highly regarded, because that's what every alcoholic's dream is, to be able to drink normally and where your friends have a high regard for you and where you only drink top shelf. She was Regal and, all the top tops, Black Label and Blue Label, and it just never works out. Everything that you try, I know everything I tried. I even used to go to church and ask God, what is wrong? Why can't I have money in my bank account all the time? Why can't I be like my neighbor? He's driving like a cab. Why can't I have a decent wife that's going to listen to me? And not that my wife is not decent. So it's all in the mind. Your mind plays tricks on you. You say, I'm going to have a drink tonight, but I'm just having 2 shots and I'm going home. Or you say, I'm going to buy this expensive wine and just have it for supper. And it never ever materializes. And you have to come up with a decision. I said to one kid at school, because he's milking Zol like it's going out of fashion, and the light is such a intelligent boy. I had his mother in, his mother doesn't handle him properly. All she does is she gets a stick and he gives him a beating of his life. So, and the family, she lost her husband. So that is a problem with that family, because now she's saying to me I must organize counseling for her 2 children. I said, you all need counseling, including yourself, because your behavior is just not normal, the way you hit your children. So you might be having issues like that. Maybe there was a death. I know with your son it happened after you sober. But that kind of thing can follow you around if you don't resolve it. And I always say time heals everything, I went back in my family, I went down my family tree, and I was trying to figure out who were the alcoholics in my family, because they say that alcoholism is hereditary. If your grandpa was a sober-minded man, go back further, and you'll see that previous generation to your grandpa, they might be a hell of a topper who walked around during that time. But I don't think that it's necessary to do that. I don't think it's necessary for you to not be scientific and try and figure out why you're an algae. I think the only thing you have to do is accept it. And many of us, when we come in the program, we still have our doubts because we're thinking to ourselves, I'm just coming here to try out. Already you, like the one guy, what was his name that was here? He was already talking about when he leaves here, he's going to go buy himself a dog. And this is not a trying out facility. This is a spiritual place. And it's a place where you have to find yourself. And how do you find yourself? Through God. And you can feel God's spiritual presence in this place. If you go downstairs, you can feel that presence. It's really, really, for me, it's powerful. It's like you walk into a mosque or a church, you get that feeling. It actually grips you. And there are hundreds and thousands of people who walk through these rooms. And that's their presence you feel, especially the ones who have remained sober. And for me, that decision that you made, if you really mean it, is one of the most powerful decisions, because sobriety can take you places that you will not believe. It can open doors that you will not recognize as a door being opening. It can give you a newfound sense of respect, and you can see the world in a more meaningful way. And you can see yourself in a more meaningful way. Why do you want to take your place amongst the alcoholics and seek credibility amongst them? The only way you'll seek credibility is by having the most money amongst that crew. Everyone will respect you. But if you go to a meeting, that old sitting there, you won't know he's a millionaire. That old sitting there, you won't know he owns a big, big business out there. That old sitting there, you won't know that his car outside is a Mercedes-Benz, because money means nothing here. It is your sobriety. And what is sobriety? Sobriety is not saying staying sober. Sobriety is developing your character, dealing with your character defects, developing honesty, integrity, and they say willingness, honesty, and open-mindedness are the things that are important in Alcoholics Anonymous. So that takes place over a number of years. I mean, I am going to be 21 years sober in December, but there are things about myself I'm still learning. I still have issues with my wife. One of my children still hasn't forgiven me. And it's a lifetime of making amends. And the thing is, I'm not saying to you when you go out of the rehab now, you must run to your wife and run to your lights. Hey, sorry. You have to prove that you're going to remain sober. You have to do the things that are different to what you did when you drank. One of the things is dressing becomingly, changing the way your language, changing the way you dress, and the change in your personality, it becomes automatic, and people, even though you don't know or notice it, people see that change in you. People like what they see. The brass that you talk to want to be like you, even though they'll tell you, no, I'm going to have a beer, etc. I know my friends look at me very enviously because they can't believe from that teacher that I was, that from a level 1 teacher, I took a double promotion and became a deputy principal of a school. They can't believe it. But it was because of my work ethic and the character that I had become, that people trusted me to give me that position to take charge of their children. And for me, that was the greatest accolade I could get from being an Alcoholics Anonymous member. I'm here today, but I got things I got to go do at home. My family, they're all down from various countries. My daughter just left on Monday for the US with her husband. I'm retiring in October. And next year I'm going to get on a plane and go to the US and go and see my daughter because she's expecting my second grandchild. Friends, in the beginning, it's not easy. As I said, your mind, you're sitting in the chair, but your mind is swimming. Good day, sir. You want to see?
Stop, you're in a meeting.
Yeah, we're just having a session. You wanna see Ashley?
Yeah, is he around?
Yeah, Ashley.
I think he went out to the event.
Oh, I think he went out.
They also on the.
It's not easy, guys, but staying sober for me wasn't difficult. It's the way you look at it. It's all about you. You're the captain of your ship, master of your destiny, architect of your own design. You are what your deep driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny. And I wish you well. You've heard in meetings, the last guy that spoke on Sunday, he slipped 5 times, but he's still in the program. But you got to decide what you want. Ultimately, it is you. So thank you for listening.